Boom. We are back. Another edition of the Nationwide Pull Up. Tonight's topic is the true essence of Christmas. It's a whole mass ritual that has been confused and misconstrued for so many years. Um, a lot of religious indoctrination to unpack. Remember, as my brother, the great AZ Faison, once told me, we don't got a lot to learn. We got a lot to unlearn. Before we get started, I got to definitely introduce the fam. First and foremost, my sister from another mister, Miss Alicia, the health guru in the building. What's up, sis?
Peace and love.
Yeah, so now you are ATHD, Alicia, the health guru. She be hooking us up with that 35% hydrogen peroxide, trying to make sure everybody is doing what they need to do. And you were saying about this time of year is the perfect time to detox, right?
Absolutely.
I just finished the
Anytime we're
21 day.
having,
I was just gonna interject. I just finished the 21 day detox, but go ahead with what you were saying.
um, right now, we just entered into the winter solstice. So, whenever the seasons change, is a perfect time to cleanse and detoxify the body temple, um, especially with this environment that we're in right now. There are new parasites that have come about. And parasites have been here longer than we have, so they're always going to be here. And they're linked to every major illness. And so it's very important to detoxify. A lot of fungus and bacteria, you'd be surprised, you know, we come in contact with so much in our environment. There's toxicity in the air, things that we touch, we won't even get started on the foods that we're eating. So it's very important when the seasons change to detox.
And without further to do, our brother from out the DMV, Washington, D.C. to be exact, the nation's capital, Shaka Sankofa. What's the business, bro?
Peace, God, peace, goddess, peace, everybody that's watching and listening.
You got anything you want to say before we get started, bro?
No, I want you to go ahead and give us the gems and jewels that our people need to,
Okay.
that they don't want to hear, but so you know, it will still resonate in the back of their minds during these holidays. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit back and be an observer and act like and pretend like I have a Christmas tree down here with me. So
Okay. Anything, sis?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. So what I want to do in the presentation is to show kind of like the astro theological perspective on it and break down some of the symbolism that we see in films, um, what some of the biblical symbolism is behind it, and then like maybe go into a few ancient cultures or older stories that have a resonance or connection.
I thought,
Wow, it just completely and totally dropped. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
It's crazy, man. Okay, so um, I kind of wanted to start. Let me share the screen real quick. Um, I want to go over this story of what's called Krampus Nacht. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay. So, um, Krampus Nacht or Krampus is actually December the 5th. And Krampus in Central European popular legend is a half goat, half demon monster that punishes misbehaving children at Christmas time. He is the devilish companion of Saint Nicholas. Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany, and his name derives from the German word Krumpen, which means claw. Santa Claus is Satan's claws. You hear me? You hear
Loud and
me?
clear.
Okay. 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 Now this is Saint Nicholas, also called Nicholas of Bari or Myra, flourished in the 4th century. December the 6th, Eastern feast day, December the 19th, one of the most popular minor saints commemorated in Eastern and Western churches and now traditionally associated with the festival of Christmas. In many countries, children receive gifts on December 6th, St. Nicholas Day. He is one of the patron saints of children and sailors. So I want to stop right there and point that out because isn't Saint Nick also a name from Satan? Or Santa?
Absolutely.
Okay, because Santa is Satan, right? I explained that the other night, right, Shaka?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Santa is an anagram for Satan, and Santa wears all red, just as the root chakra is red. Santa comes on December 25th, which is after the winter solstice, because we're leaving Sagittarius and we're going into Capricorn when we go into the winter solstice. So when we go to the winter solstice, we go into Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. The root chakra is ruled by the planet Saturn. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Saturn is the ruler of rocks. So this becomes important to understand because when a person has sex, they say, I was getting my rocks off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sex is connected to the root chakra. We also say what? Rock hard penis. Hate to
Right.
be vulgar or anything, but this is just the science behind a lot of the stuff that we say, and we don't even know why we say it, right? Now, Saturn is, or should I say another word for Christmas, and let's look that up real quick. And all of these meanings, I'm getting them from Encyclopedia Britannica so everybody can know. Saturnalia, Roman festival. Saturnalia is the most popular of Roman festivals dedicated to the Roman god Saturn. The festival's influence continues to be felt throughout the Western world. Originally celebrated on December 17th, Saturnalia was extended first to 3 and eventually 7 days. The date has been connected with the winter sowing season, which in modern Italy varies from October to January. Remarkably, like the Greek chronia, chronos, because chronos is father time, which is Saturn. It was the liveliest festival of the year. All work and businesses were suspended. Slaves were given temporary freedom to say and do what they liked, and certain moral restrictions were eased. The streets were infected with a Mardi Gras madness. A mock king was chosen for Saturnalia Princeps. The seasonal greeting to Saturnalia was heard everywhere. Now let's look at Chronos, just so we got all this on point. Chronos, also spelled Kronos or Kronos, in ancient Greek religion, male deity who was worshipped by the pre-Hellenic population of Greece, but probably was not widely worshipped by the Greeks themselves. He was later identified with the Roman god Saturn. Cornelius' functions were connected to agriculture. In Attica, his festival, the Cronia, celebrated the harvest and resembled Saturnalia. In art, he was depicted as an old man holding an implement, probably originally a sickle, the Grim Reaper, Kronos, Father Time, because Father Time eats its children, or Father Time destroys all men. In Greek mythology, Kronos was the son of Uranus, heaven. So when you look at the Greek word for heaven, it's actually Uranus, which is a play on the word Uranus. And when you look in the middle of the word Uranus, you see ANU, which was the name of the Most High, or the Anu, right, was the Most High or the Heavenly One in ancient Mesopotamia in the Sumerian culture, which is where modern day Iraq is. That's why when they went over there in the war, they were stealing all of those artifacts. You hear me? Because a lot of these Greek and Roman, a lot of these Greek and Roman stories, all of them come from either Egypt or Sumeria. Okay. Cronus was the son of Uranus and Gaia, which means earth, being the youngest of the 12 Titans. On the advice of his mother, he castrated his father with a harp, thus separating heaven and earth. He now became the king of the Titans and took for his consort his sister Rhea. She bore him Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. all of whom he swallowed because his own parents had warned that he would be overthrown by his own child. When Zeus was born, however, Rhea hid in Crete and tricked Kronos into swallowing a stone instead. Zeus grew up, forced Kronos to disgorge his brothers and sisters, waged war on Kronos, and was victorious. Now, what these stories are really about, they are really about the cosmic bodies, of course. So when we go and now we start to look at Saturn, why it's so important to understand all the symbolism that goes and is connected to Saturn, what I want to do is show y'all a couple things. So this, okay, boom. Let's see. So, boom, let's go here. Boom. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So whenever you see the cube, this is symbolic of Saturn. So this is what's called a magic cube of 42. And when you take any of these three numbers together, it always ends up as 42. This becomes important to comprehend and understand because what was done when they Satanists, right? Because the real Satanists are those that took everything that was like this and flipped it on its head, right? So the real Satanists, that's why they made 24 protocols to the learned elders of Zion instead of 42. That makes sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And we know that in ancient Kemet, there was 42 divine principles of Ma'at, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So now when you watch, for instance, this right here, this cube was in the film Immortals. And in the film Immortals, the Titans were placed in the cube. So that was a play on that ancient story that we just read about Kronos swallowing the children and then Zeus growing up and helping the children become free. It was a play on that story. But interesting, this movie Immortals came out on 11/11/11 or 33 was the date. So that should let everybody know that it was some science in that film. Of course, we know this is the Kaaba Stone in Mecca. You see the Hellraiser movie, the Cube movie. What does that cube remind you of? Huh, sis?
Uh
Huh? You said something, bro?
Oh.
Ice Cube?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see. All right. Um, so whenever, where is it? Okay, I'm gonna show you this. I just gotta find it. I ain't been through my own book in so long. Here we go. So whenever they show you a movie and they show you the old man with the gray beard This is supposed to be a representation of Moses. This is John D. Sometimes they show you Albert Pike dressed like this. This is Gandalf from Lord of the Rings right here, right? This is supposed to be
Yeah.
a statue of Kronos. And then this is a depiction of Kronos eating babies with the Grim Reaper sickle. Now,
Mm.
now we have been seeing that people ritualistically eat babies. Have we not?
Correct.
We have,
Is this not something that they've been placing in our face the last however many years with the adrenochrome and the drinking of blood and all of that type of stuff they show us?
Right.
yes,
So this is like what we gotta understand is that like these are the practices that they are doing because what they are trying to do as it is in the heavens, they want it to be on earth. So when people get into like all of the spooky stuff about religion, it really ain't about a lot of that stuff. More than anything else, it's about them trying to harvest this energy and keep this energy alive on the planet because they know that this is how they gained all their power by taking all of these original stories that were ours at one point and perverting them.
correct,
Does this make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So now this is of course like I said this is all from this is all from Red Pill Alchemy. This is another representation of Saturn, Kali. That's why she's the destroyer of men. So when they show this deity and people say Kali the destroyer and they think of all of these evil things based on the imagery, Kali's counterpart is Kalit, and the name means time or end time. To show you how it goes, when we go to see a football game, we go to a Coliseum.
Right.
Now, think about what I'm saying. We talking about a Roman god. Where did the gladiators used to go and fight at in Rome?
The Coliseum.
Aha. Okay. So now when we see this imagery, we got to know and understand what's really going on. So I found this because I was explaining in the book that the lasso that Wonder Woman had, right, was symbolic of the ring around Saturn. And to prove it, I put this image in here of Wonder Woman, right? Which WW is the mirror to Eminem. Eminem is Master Mason. Um, she has the Satanic girls in a lasso. She binds the Satanic girls, right? And then as I was writing the book, Lassie, what kind of dog is Lassie?
A
The Col-
collie.
A collie, Coliseum, collie, Saturn, Lasso,
Mm-hmm.
Lassie. See how they be playing with us and putting this shit right in our face.
mm.
Right.
Shit crazy, man. This shit crazy. Yeah, but
It's all one big puzzle.
right. Right. So this is the part that I wanted to get to, which is here. And this was an article that I put in the book. but it's about this hexagonal shape at the north pole of Saturn. Where does Santa come from?
The North Pole.
What is Santa really?
Saturn.
Which
Satan.
is
Satan.
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 So this is where the science comes from. Is it making sense? Are the connections making sense? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this now, mind you, this 6-pointed star, this is called a hexagon. So now you know, now you know what this cartoon, Jonah Hex, was all about that we grew up on, Shaka.
Right.
This comic book, Jonah Hex. And Jonah, the story of Jonah in the Bible is about, it's an allegory about the sun and Saturn. Okay. I also have another breakdown in here. Let me try to find it. And then I have some more stuff that I'm gonna show y'all. And oh, that's the other thing. That's the other movie, Lord of the Rings. That's about Saturn too. The Lord of the Rings, the ring around Saturn.
Yeah.
Y'all with me? Here we go.
Yes.
This is what I was looking for right here. So here we go. There we go. Okay. So when they be saying people sold they soul to Satan and all that type of stuff, what they don't really understand is that the people who control in the industry who have that 6-pointed star, they have that 6-pointed star because the God of the Old Testament is really Saturn. So that's why the God of the Old Testament wants the sacrifices. Abraham and Isaac, you know all the stories. Cain and Abel had to make a sacrifice, right? So that's what this is really all about. This is let me see if I can make this a little bigger. This is a music video that's will.i.am's music video. And you see the cube on the floor. The cube is also symbolic of Saturn. The Rubik's Cube. This is Loki in the movie Thor with the cube. When you see the illuminate alumni with the cube on their head, that's symbolic of them putting it on their head is just like having the ring around Saturn. The game cube. Making sense? Is it making sense? You see the J folks wear the same cube on their headdress. Huh?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
the
look,
small hats. Yeah.
yeah, all over the world. This is Santa Ana, California, Manhattan, Australia, Denmark, all with these cubes that represent Saturn, which is, say it with me,
Satan.
Satan. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Steve, I want to make sure I break this science down because it's so diabolical that people that believe in religion, right? They think this time of year is about something that's quote unquote godly and everything else. And based on what they believe, it's about the devil. You see
Right.
how sinister, I meant minister, sinister minister that is.
Yeah.
Y'all do know
Absolutely.
minister, y'all do know minister and sinister mean the same thing, right? Y'all do know that, right?
Okay, break it down for us.
Because men is the moon in ancient Kemet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's why we have a minute in time, because minutes are connected to the moon. And then sin is an ancient god in, I think, the Akkadian culture that is also connected to the moon. That's why also another word for the moon is Luna, where you get the word lunatic from.
Right,
Because
right.
because a person that is a sinner is somebody who's engaging in their lower emotions. And even in the Bible, the first time sin is mentioned with Cain and Abel, when the Lord comes to Cain, he said, "Why is thou wroth and angry? If thou doest good, surely the Lord will accept thee. If thou don't, sin lieth at the door, and he shall rule over thee." So it's speaking of sin as if it is a being and not an act. And I'm not saying it verbatim, I'm paraphrasing. So I don't want no Hebrew Israelites saying, "That ain't what it meant, brother."
Mhm.
Tell them what that meant in Genesis. "And the Lord rained down upon thee." Okay. Oh shit. You gotta laugh at this shit sometimes, Shop.
I know, man.
Oh man. So, but okay, so now I'm finna show y'all. This is the book that is almost done, but it's not quite done. But I'm gonna show y'all a part of this. This, man, when I tell y'all I'm getting busy in this book, I'm so elated to say that I wrote this book. But I gotta show y'all this. Okay. Matter of fact, let's say Pater, because I know that's where it is. Shoot. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this it right here. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. Yeah, we finna go in. You hear me?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Let's go.
We finna get busy. We finna get busy. Shocker.
It's time.
Yes, sir.
Shocker. Remember when we were sitting down
Yes,
the
sir.
other day? Remember we were sitting down the other day and I told you that nobody else could do what you do?
Right.
Look, I'm telling you, when this done for the new age authors and builders on the science, I'm the GOAT. Can't nobody else do this right here. You hear me?
Yes,
You
sir.
ready, bro?
Yes, sir.
Look, this I'm telling you, they gonna get this work when this red pill alchemy come out, when this part 2 come out. So this says religious dogma is satanic. Don't worry, I'll prove it. So this initially started and this came from a post that I posted on Facebook, and it was a post that was connected to the fact that the Spider-Man movie that came out last year, it dropped on the Pope's birthday. So
I
Spider-Man
see.
dropped on the Pope's 85th birthday. Spider-Man is Peter Parker, correct? Peter
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Peter is actually relative to pater, which is the Greek word for father. The Pope is the father of the Holy See or the Catholic Church. Peter/Pater is known as the father of the Catholic Church. The church inside of the Vatican City is called St. Peter's Basilica. Previous bills I have explained that the number 6 and its connection to Judaism's worship of Saturn, the 6 gods, the planet Saturn, has a 6-pointed star at its North Pole. This symbolizes Santa being from the North Pole. I will explain this in the next post. I did the simple gematria and reverse Pythagorean gematria on Pater, and they both total 6. Saturn/Satan is also called Kronos, or father time. Kronos was the father of Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. Kronos was known as the father time. Father time eats its children. So now you know why the abuse of children in the Catholic Church is so rampant. True comprehension of this esoteric display shows us that the church was founded on Satanism. Peter/Pater is Saturn, and Saturn is Satan. Matthew 16:23. But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. But he turned and said to Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, and for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men. Revelations 2:9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jays and are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan.
Of Satan.
Can I get a witness?
Damn.
Can I get a witness?
Yes, sir.
Matthew 16:18. And I say unto thee that thou art Peter. This is Jesus talking. This is in the blood. I say unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock, what did I say? Saturn rules?
Rocks.
Rock hard penis, getting your rocks off, right? Remember? We went through that?
Yes.
I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Now, let's put this in perspective. Jesus has formed a church on Peter, the rock, in Matthew 16:18, then doubles back and calls him Satan 5 verses later. Isn't Jesus God in flesh? Wouldn't he know that Peter was about to mess up so bad that he would call him Satan? Well, in Greek, Peter is Petros, where we get petrified rock. Saturn rules over rocks. Peter is the rock in which Jesus formed the church. This is why Peter was crucified upside down, because Saturn/Satan's glyph is Jupiter's glyph upside down. That's why Peter, see Peter being shown as the old man? See that?
Yep.
Okay. See, I'm putting it all in the picture, sis. They can't deny this. See the glyph upside down, sis? Watch this. The glyph of Jesus, Jupiter on the left, and the glyph of Saturn on the right. Jupiter is the crescent over the cross, which means the spiritual over the physical. Saturn is the cross over the crescent, which means physical over spiritual. Hear me?
Yeah.
We still together? Okay.
Yes,
we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So now look, this is an ancient depiction of Saturn, which is also called Saturnus. And you see he has this little devil looking creature with him right here. Kind of like Krampus, the devil goat. You with me, sis?
Saturn.
Remember we talked about Krampus at the beginning?
We did.
Hello? Okay. Now watch this. An artist's depiction of Saturn/Satan that shows a demon-looking man with a dragon's body beneath his feet. Boom. Guess what the name of the church? Guess what the name of the church in the Vatican is? Saint Peter's Basilica.
Peters.
Yeah.
Huh? Watch this. This is inside of Saint Peter's Basilica, and you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the sun in the middle.
Come on, buddy.
Saturn is on top of the sun. You hear me? You with me? And it forms a 6-pointed star. I'm a bad man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Tight.
Come on now. The 7 planets / angels, because these 7 planets are also the 7 archangels. You hear me?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. The planets, angels inside St. Peter's Basilica shows a 6-pointed star because the Jesuit order controls religion. That's why they have something called the Black Pope in the Vatican. The code name for the Jesuit order is called the Society of Jesus. Uh-oh. Is that Kabbalah? Is that Kabbalah?
Yeah.
Well, that boy cold. So see, now you see it, sis. You see it, sis.
I see it.
Ooh, Shaka, you see it.
Yes, sir.
TJ, go on and unmute your phone and tell me you see it too. Praise the Lord, hallelujah.
Yes, I see
it.
Look, Saturn eating children. Saturn eating children.
Dang.
That's Pater equals 6. Strong concordance. Pater, noun, masculine. Father, heavenly father, ancestor, elder, or senior. And this is the picture, the original picture with the Pope and Peter Parker or Spider-Man.
Dang.
Okay. Now, Neo, we have identified Saturn as Satan. Satan is also the old man. Satan is an old man, and Santa is an anagram for Satan. I'm sorry, Santa is the old gram, and Santa is an anagram for Satan. Santa comes down a chimney. He should be going up the chimney. However, the motif is what lets one know that this is a satanic act. This demonstration also shows how religion is satanic in nature. The science applied is to understand that what should be going up is going down. Where there should be levity, ascension, there is gravity, the grave.
Yeah.
We supposed to be going from our root chakra, Satan, Saturn, up to the crown.
Right.
Okay. Put your hand in mine and I will guide you, Neo. Now, understand there are many people that have been duped into the construct of lies and deception. So, we must do is help others understand that their religion is really all about. We must first know that Judaism predates Christianity, which predates Islam. So, in the three monotheistic religions, Judaism is the oldest. The components of Judaism involve what is called the Torah and the Talmud, and for some, the Kabbalah. The Torah consists of the first 5 books of the King James Version of the Bible. The 6th book is Joshua, which is really Yahshua, and the Hebrew name for Jesus. A large
Yahshua.
a large part of the deception begins here because they operate on the 6. 6 million, how many died in the Holocaust? 6 pointed star, everything around them is 6. That's why the rapper boy call himself the 6 God. Okay. So I'm gonna stop that right there. Because I could just go on and on and on and on about it. But let me find this. Because now y'all know now y'all know what this all about right here. Let's find a good image of it. So the rock, right? The rocks, I mean Saturn, Satan. So now y'all know what these movies right here was all about. Huh?
I hear you. I'm listening.
Now
I'm
watch
just
this.
learning, brother. I'm learning.
Watch
That's
this.
what I'm doing.
Watch this. That's why he wear red, white, and blue, bro. You hear me?
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this. So now, who is this guy for real? If you know, if you know that the rocks, Saturn is Satan. Okay, watch this. Remember this movie?
Yeah.
They've been putting this shit in our face the whole time. So now what's this? Huh?
Dang. Yeah.
They've been putting it in our face the whole time. Now watch this. Okay. So now I got to give y'all the science behind this. Here we go. Boom. Let's see. Let's see if Alicia remember this. Because Alicia got both of these books. So she should. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta read this going into this. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. Can y'all see this? Y'all can see this? Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. All right.
Does that say Heru?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna walk into this. So this part is it's like I was explaining um the hall of Ma'at, right? And what the hall of Ma'at is really showing us and the connections. So in order to understand where I'm gonna take it, you gotta be walked into it. So it says, um, I ain't gotta read the Bible verses, but here, let's see. We're gonna start here. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see. The 1, 2, and 3 balls. Are you talking about billiards starting off? The 1, 2, and 3 balls are the colors yellow, blue, and red. These colors are the three primary colors.
Primaries.
Right. Pride as in pride, prim, first. So the word primary means the first Mary, and Mary is marine or marina. These colors are the colors that emerge first as yellow sun, red earth, and blue water. The waters can also be symbolic of the woman's womb. So is this is the blue ball is using slang terminology when a man hasn't had sex in a long time. Okay, I could skip that part. I don't want to get into that. Okay. So now here it is. There are multiple reasons why the heart is an anagram for earth. The earth is green and the fourth element. The earth can absorb water, fire, air, and air of the three elements. Abraham was the earth sign, so he being able to absorb the other elements made him the father of all nations. There are other reasons for the title as well. Another reason for ball is green is that it comes after the red ball. Whenever red and green are shown together, they depict the battle of good versus evil. Four being the heart also represents the deity Heru. Heru being the fourth, the heart becomes the mid heaven and is what is opens the door and is what opens the doors to the heaven. This science comes from the papyrus of Ani, in which Heru, the heart, prepares the initiate Ani to ascend to the father Asar. This depiction is also where the biblical verse John 14:6 came from. Jesus saying unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the light. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Heru must show the initiate Annie the way. The title given to Adam, ADM, is also contained in the depiction the ascended, the descended, and the mid-heaven, or ADM. Annie is the lower self, one lacking knowledge. Heru is the mid-heaven, the heart gatekeeper to the higher self. And Asar, the heavenly father, is the ascendant. That's why another word for Asar is Osiris. And when you look at the word Osiris, you get iris, where you get eye from the third eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Annie is also where Annie originates. The movie Annie also
Annie.
showed that Paul Warburg is Daddy Warbucks. The moniker is an ode to the Warbuck because He led the charge in structuring the Federal Reserve banking system. Warburg is also a founding member of the Council of Foreign Relations, controls all the politicians. The name Warbucks implies that there are bucks, money, in war. The global bankers create the
Right.
wars of this world to keep to keep the masses divided and their pockets lined with greenbacks. Heru is why the heart is weighed in judgment scene in the hall of Ma'at. Ma'at is symbolic of the fourth dimension or plane of truth. The burdens of the heart are weighed against the weight of her feather to decide one's fate. To free yourself from earthly burdens is to gain Ma'at, which is order in the midst of worldly chaos. The 5, 6, and 7 balls are symbolic of the 3 higher chakras in the 7 chakra system. The 8 ball takes us out of the body and the 9 ball back to the sun. The 1 ball and 9 balls are both depictions of the sun. The white ball is symbolic of the male sperm as well as the white light. And these are the depictions of Jesus. White light is the first light that can't be absorbed by a surface. The colors red and blue accompany the white because they are the first colors seen after white light. The infrared lights are the slowest moving and unseen by the visible eye, and the ultraviolet is the fastest moving, the unseen by the visible eye. These are the colors, of a police for a reason. These colors, and this is what I really wanted to get to, but I had to walk to it. These colors are present in the science of Israel, or Isis Ra El. The red Isis proton plus the white Ra neutron and the blue L electron comprise the actual science of Israel. The following countries all have the colors red, white, and blue as colors. Could this mean that these colors are under Zionist control? Australia, Cambodia, Chile, Cook Islands, Costa Rica, Croatia, Cuba, the Czech Republic, the Dominican Republic, the Faroe Islands, France, Haiti, Iceland, North Korea, Laos, Liberia, Luxembourg, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Panama, Paraguay, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, Russia, Samoa, Seychelles, Holstein, Serbia, Saint Martin, Slovakia, Slovenia, Taiwan, Thailand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Isn't it ironic that the UK and the US are the last 2 flags?
Dang.
The US flag shows the science of the atom, and the Union Jack / Jacob flag shows the 4 cardinal points and the 4 fixed signs. So now, Christmas. When you look at this right here, this picture right here, you're looking at the science of Christmas. Let me spread it out a little bit, make it a little bigger. Just for shits and giggles right here, because I'm going to show y'all something. Come on. Stop giving me a hard time. These little laptop mouses be tripping. They don't want to work for me. Hold on. Let's see if I put it on another line. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm almost finished, y'all. But I could do this shit like yours, mine, Owls. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
this be
I'm
so much
learning a
fun.
great deal.
Huh?
I said I'm just learning a great deal. Some
Okay.
of a lot of it that I've already known, but just the way it's being formatted
Right,
is
right, right.
it's extremely important,
Third
and
eye open.
it's very easily to comprehend. You
Right.
know.
I be trying to make it to where we all get it. Okay. So now y'all see when they spell Christmas, sometimes they put an X
Right.
in front of that, right? Now, before I get into the symbolism, what is MAS?
Mass.
Mass.
Right. But we supposed to read from right to left. So what is MAS?
So,
MAS?
uh,
Sam.
Sam?
Yeah.
Uncle Sam?
Sam,
Sam.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What colors does Uncle Sam wear?
Red,
Red,
white,
white,
and
and
blue.
blue. Right.
Okay. Watch this. What's another name for the devil?
Satan.
Samael. It means poison those of El in Arabic. Samael
Mm.
was the evil angel. Remember, the evil angel became cast from heaven, right?
Right.
That's where the quote unquote religious explanation of the devil comes from.
Mm.
Oh, the air appears so clear. Woo!
Mm.
I love showing them they shit, boy. You hear me? So now look, what's something we always say with the X? X does what?
Excuse me.
X does what?
Marks the spot.
X marks the spot, god damn it. So now look, when you look at this and you understand that this flag is astrological. This is Capricorn. This is Aries. This down here is Cancer. This is Libra. So now this X is Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or SALT, salt. Y'all know that movie? Y'all know that movie, Salt?
Yeah, so yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
that's what it was all about. The four fixed signs of the zodiac. Now, mind you, if you go from here to here to here to here, you get a Z. World War Z, Zion. Okay. So now, in understanding that this is really this Union Jack, which is the Union of Jacob. The Union Jack is also Jack in the Beanstalk, because in the story of Israel, what was Israel's name? Jacob. This is where the story of
Yeah.
Jacob
Jacob's ladder.
ladder, Jack and the Beanstalk is the same story. It's just that Jack, he didn't wrestle with an angel as he traveled up the spinal column. He went to the heavens and saw a giant, which is the same concept as a titan or a god, the pineal gland. Jacob wrestled with an angel and saw God face to face in a place called pineal. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the whole understanding of the red, white, and blue, that like the understanding of the fact that this is all symbology that's being used in their science. And as we unravel their science, we see, you know, all of this stuff that they use is really just esoteric displays that go back to the sciences of heaven and earth that we had at one point. So this Capricorn in our culture in ancient Kemet, it was Baneb the Jet. This Aries was Ra. The summer solstice was Kefri or Kafura. The Libra was Ma'at. The water bearer Aquarius was Mut. Scorpio was Serket. Taurus was Osiris and Aset. They the two bulls or the bi bulls. Because Adam and Eve is a plagiarization of a Sar and a Set.
Right, yeah.
Two bulls, bi bulls. That boy cold, man. And then Leo is a Kir, the lion. They say a lion's share of the land. And a Kir is where you got the word acre from.
Right.
Man, they better play. Man, listen, man, they better go play with somebody else, Shaka. You hear me?
Yeah.
Man, I'm not playing with these folk. You hear me? So look, this the last.
Man.
Yeah, this the last thing right here. Let me see. And this goes into this 8-pointed star that you see right here. See. Okay, where is it? And this is also gonna be in the book. And oh, and I forgot to talk about the Celtic part of where Sam comes from. It comes from Samhain, which is another name for the devil in the Celtic tradition. And also for Christmas time, you got Yule, which is a Celtic name for Christmas. Okay. All right. Yuletide, exactly. All right. Here we go. The cross within a circle was sometimes doubled, thus creating an 8-pointed star that represented the 8 Celtic festivals: Samhain, Yule, Imbolc, Ostara, Setane, Lithius, Lagengrain, and Mabon. A good example of cross and circle unity can be seen in the Celtic cross of the early medieval period in Britain and Ireland. And that's the same cross and circle that you see with this 8-pointed star or this Union Jack flag as well. The cross has a circle around its crux and derives from the above mentioned pagan wheel. Symbols it most probably also represented the tree of life, and it was often found inscribed with Oghain, the cultic alphabet based around the wisdom of trees. The Oghain itself follows a crossing pattern as each letter is made of combining 2 or more straight lines. Another profound symbol, which is linked to the cross and circle, is the Egyptian Ankh, sometimes called the key of life.
To life, yeah.
Right. So now, if you remember, bro, what I said about, and let me go and pull this up because I gotta go and get my sister. Let's stop this. I gotta go and get my sister a sweatshirt or something. Let me go and pull this up real quick.
What kind of sweatshirt?
Huh? From my line.
What kind? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here it goes. Let's go. And I ain't trying to necessarily sell y'all some clothes, but I am trying to sell y'all some clothes. But
Okay.
I got the perfect depiction of the 8. And this is the Camino, the 8 Camino up here.
Okay, so what's that? A shirt?
That's just my logo right there. But
Oh, okay.
I wanted to show this because we was talking about the Ankh, and remember the other night I explained that, okay, when you get to this 4th set, this is Amun and Amunet, right? This is Het and Het. This is Kek and Kektet, and this is Noon and Noonet. But when you take ANKH, you got Ankh, which is the first letter in those names. And those are the 8 Caminos, but what they represent is the 4 evolutionary periods that we went through on the planet, from our evolution from the waters of the planet to genus Homo to Homo erectus to Homo sapiens, right? And when you look at a baby in the womb, the baby starts as a sea creature or a semen. And then it goes through 4 gestational periods in its mother's womb. So it's replicating the whole cycle that we go through to become land animals. And we only become a land animal when the water breaks in our mother's womb.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, this is the site. And I got the Olmec joints. And I got the, the one with the smaller. I got this. That's the Olmec design. Um, and that's just showing on the first page because that's just the feature line. But I got the Aset, the Heru. So got some real nice designs. This is the Camino
Yeah,
logo,
I like it.
you know. So this is the baby Heru. So, we got a little something for everybody. This women's tees here.
I like the women. Yeah, those women
So
tees.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to grab a couple of those.
yeah. So, and we got the long sleeves. So it's some pretty decent stuff, but
Yeah, it's decent. I
yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah. And we got a bunch of colors on every one of them. So, you could pretty much, you know, it's a lot of different colors to choose from. So, let me know when you're ready, Alicia. Okay.
Got you.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all got any questions, or y'all want me to go into something a little bit more, or
No, that was extremely educational, man, and I'm going to definitely uh get this session out, man, to the masses of my viewers and people, man, because
so
it's extremely important, man, extremely important, man, and it's powerful. And I've read various books, pertaining to Kemetic history and the origin of all these paganist ritualistic uh, uh, practices, as well as these symbols, man. But the way you put it in perspective, where it's generally comprehensible by the average person, man, it's phenomenal. So
I
if it
appreciate
was some shit, I would tell you it was some bullshit, but it's straight up,
it. Hey man,
yeah.
I wouldn't expect nothing other, man. You know. But look, let me show y'all this real quick because this is important too. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Um uh I hope I ain't done lost the picture. Let's see. Um, oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So here we go. Last thing I want to show. All right. Boom. Okay. And the reason I want to show this is because I was talking about Saturn in the root chakra. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I'm about to mess something up, Alicia. Hold on, let me go back. Dang, I'm about to mess something up. Let me see. Y'all can see this though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you know what? And I actually did good to come here because I need to show y'all this too. I almost forgot about this. Uh, this will break down in some movies and stuff. And Platoon comes from Atum. And in this film, this was the story of Asar, Heru, and Satuk, just like the Lion King was. Simba is Heru, Mufasa is Asar, and Scar is Satuk. He killed he killed his brother. The evil uncle killed a brother, and Simba, which is Heru, returned to avenge his father's death. But Platoon is Atum, which is the sun at high noon or the second phase. So you have Atum Ray, which is the first sun, Atum Ray, and then Amun Ray, which is the night sky, which is why Amen ends the prayer, and Amen or Amun is the hidden one, right? Or they say it means so
Right.
be it, because that's the ending of a ritual of the day before the sun goes into the duat or the underworld. But when you look at this, he's holding up the Ka symbol, which is the symbol for spirit. But in this movie, if you remember this movie, this is the scene where he dies. So he's symbolic of a Sar. And to understand it better, when we get into the solar calendar, our Sar is fall because he is the sun as it's going into autumn or a tomb. Scar is Tom Berenger in Platoon. That's why he was the crazy one, and that's what these three symbolized in that movie. And see, bro, like when you bring it up to nowadays and you show these folk that these movies you've been watching is really your ancient story, what can they say to you?
No, yeah,
So now
right.
this is the Lion King. You see the baboon was Tahuti. Heru is Simba. When you look up the word Simba or the name Simba, you'll find that in Hindu astrology, Simba is Leo.
Mm.
Sarabi is Aset, and Mufasa is Asar. And we gonna get to the point, but I needed to show all that. King Leonidas. But in this symbolism, Leonidas is Pontius Pilate, which is Sagittarius. Pontius Pilate means armed with the spear. Why is that important? Because before you go into Capricorn, before Jesus is on the cross and he's crucified, he had to go to court, which is the scale of justice, which is Libra. He had the Judas kiss, which is Scorpio, and then he was uh dealt with by Pontius Pilate. He had to have the conversation with Pontius Pilate, and Pontius Pilate didn't want to execute him, right? But then he was placed on a cross and he became the scapegoat in Capricorn. The Sagittarius is also the horse, which is the mare. Another name for horse is Mare, M-A-R-E. And what is Jesus's mother's
R-E.
name? Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Oh, the return of the king is the return of the sun. As in Asar, the ancestor, and Heru returning to avenge his dead ancestor. That boy good. Chronicles of Narnia, you see the sun symbolism, the summer solstice at Cancer, which is why the lion is right there, because the lion is the height of the sun. Cancer, Leo is right after Cancer. And you see the pylon as well there. You see Libra, Aries, and Capricorn. This is from the Chronicles of Narnia, where Aslan, the sun, the lion, is dead on the altar. The crucified Savior symbolism. The young girl symbolism is the virgin, and the archer symbolism is Sagittarius. Mary at the sepulchre, the broken altar symbolism, who rolled the stone, right? And on the movie, The Broken Altar, Aslan resurrects. It's the whole died and reborn symbolism is really about the sun, because when we get into the winter solstice, the sun dies for 3 days and it resurrects on the 4th day. The Lion of Judah with the flag of Ethiopia in the back. So we made sure that this be what? The 4 fixed signs of the zodiac: Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus, or Salt. So when them say the Lion of Judah, they don't even know what them talk about. Them talk about Leo. Oh, oh man, this this goes into the Ma Sun or the Mason. But I really wanted to make sure that I showed that about Pontius Pilate. But now we gonna go back here because this is what I wanted to show also. Um right here, sis. So boom. All right, so here we go. After we go through, this was the part I just showed y'all. But I should have went a little deeper because where is it? I just had it. I messed up bad when I did that. Here we go. Okay. That's it. All right. So the concept of the dragon, the pet dragon, there was war in the heavens. Michael, the pineal gland, fought the dragon, the root chakra, the lower self. So Mulan is a play on the Mulat Hara or the root chakra. That's why the red background and she has a dragon on her shoulder. And this is an actual bloodline called the Drago or the Dragon bloodline on the planet. So now, and that's how we gonna end the book right there, where I break these folk down and show everybody what they all about. But this is what I was saying earlier about the root chakra that's controlled or ruled by Saturn, the Mulat Hara, and the fact that it's the red root that we always see Satan and Santa with red symbolism. But I wanted to make sure I showed that because I think a lot of people had their little girl go watch that movie right there, not knowing what they was doing whole time,
Right.
you know. Whenever they show the dragon at the base of the tower and the princess at the top, the princess, like Goldilocks, represents the crown, and the dragon represents the lower self. So that's why this this movie right here, How Do I Train My Dragon, or How to Train My Dragon. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
You got anything you want to say before we get out of here, bro?
Oh no. I just recommend and advise everyone to tune in on this channel to be uplifted on all levels, on all echelons. Educational, spiritually, motivationally. To have pure clarity on what we're dealing with and what has been hidden in plain sight. So I appreciate you, as well as
For sure.
appreciate Sister Alicia. As always, with her 35%
For sure.
hydrogen peroxide protocol that anyone can be placed on. It's just a matter of a phone call
Right.
and some bread.
For sure. You got anything, sis?
I just I'm always grateful for the information that we may all grow and learn. And I would just add that everybody be mindful of what we tune into and how we utilize our energy and be mindful of the fact that there are entities attempting at all times to harness your life force energy, and you are very powerful. But if you allow these entities to use you as a battery, they will hook up and drain you. And it's time for us to start utilizing our power to manifest greatness in all areas, and we can do as such.
For
Facts.
sure. For sure. All right, fam. I appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in. We're gonna keep dropping. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace and love.